Alright, I'm just out here cleaning my air box for my Mini Cooper. I'm gonna be putting it back in. So a few weeks ago I decided to put in kind of make my own DIY air intake, where it would be just a turbo and a silicone pipe attaching to the MAF, and then from the MAF just going straight to an air filter. So I've been running that for I think about 3 weeks, and it's been running pretty crap. It's no good. Unfortunately, the ECU of the car is not compensating for the larger amount of air coming into it, and yeah, it's just the Mini Cooper ECU does not like it at all. I was hoping to maybe get an ECU tune by one of these shops that does that type of thing, like a Mini Works, I think, and WMW, something like that. So there's like 2-3 shops that give you like a canned tune, ECU tune. But yeah, as far as I was reading on the North American motoring forums, there isn't anyone that can actually tune for the extra amount of air coming into the what do you call it, into the engine through the MAF. So yeah, unfortunately, since there's nothing I can do about it, and and I also have like an engine light on as a result of that, because the mass airflow meter is just reading too much air coming into it, and I guess it doesn't like it. So that's pretty much disrupting the engine. I've got like I have quite a bit of power loss. The boost pressure is it just goes to maybe 1 or 2 psi. It doesn't go above that. Someone on the NAM forums were telling me that that was because these are just when the MAF just reaches too much air, it just selects this sort of map on the ECU that has all the fuel trimmings and everything to a certain percentage, and it doesn't go above that or doesn't compensate. It's just what it is. I guess it's like a limp mode for minis. So I suppose it's like a limp mode basically that the ECU is in right now. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. The mini ECUs are really they're kind of difficult to tune. Not many people do it. BMW's put like I believe it's some sort of special lock on them or something, like a security lock on the ECUs, a software lock, so you can't really tune them unless you'd break the encryption on it, and not a lot of people are doing that. So as a result, not too much modifications you can do to it, or there isn't that many people that are willing to do the modifications. And one of those would be that, you know, you're pulling in a lot of air through the MAF going into the turbo, and it just simply doesn't like it. It runs like crap. Sometimes I'm at a stoplight and you know, it's just the RPMs, you can see I'm just going up and down, like from 200 to like 1,000 RPMs, and then when I lift my foot off the clutch to rev up the engine, it just shuts off, and I have to start it back up again. So yeah, that's been going on, and I definitely I don't like that. And I've had white smoke coming out of the exhaust. Not really sure what that's about. I think that's like a lean condition or something. so obviously that's not good either for the car. So I'm just gonna clean clean the air box, put some of this back to black kind of, what is it called, trim and plastic restorer on it, and then I'm just gonna put it back in the car. Spent like maybe $35 on the first filter that I had, and then I also bought like a K&N filter, because the original filter that I bought was one of those like cheapo Chinese ones, and also it didn't fit very well. The K&N, I'll put a picture up, it fits perfectly, but unfortunately it just makes the engine run like crap, you know, like the ECU does not like all the extra air coming into it, and the Mini is not a happy camper. A lot of performance loss, and other than that, yeah, it just doesn't run well overall. But yeah, so if anyone was thinking about doing this this kind of shorter air intake, there's no point to it. Down the line I'll probably maybe buy, if I come across, maybe buy one of those used K&N intake setups. K&N makes it, I think AEM too, and who else, yeah, and one of those specialty mini shops in the US, they make them too, like Alta for example. But yeah, down the line I'd maybe just buy one of those. Other than that, yeah, you can't really run the shorter intake setup that I was doing, I guess, unless you maybe switch out to an aftermarket ECU. Then the sky is the limit for that. But for the stock OEM mini ECU, it just doesn't like all that extra air coming into it. So yeah, the stock airbox is going back in, and yeah, just get it back to where it was before.